today. 2026 national budget debate next week in Parliament. Australia has announced an additional $13 million over 5 years to help end gender-based violence in Solomon Islands. Youth engaged in street fights and brawls, a serious concern. And coming up in sports, women's futsal friendly between Solomon Islands RSIPF and the Australian Defence Force. Hello and welcome. I'm Lisa Ossifello. Parliament will next week debate the 2026 national budget. During the Prime Minister's press conference held today, Friday, Prime Minister Manele announced the theme of the budget: accelerating economic transformation, resourcing the resource to drive economic growth and sustainable development.
It is guided by 6 core development objectives: promoting transformative and sustainable growth, maintaining an affordable budget, safeguarding fiscal stability, improving service delivery through quality spending, strengthening national unity and empowering people, and advancing good governance and accountability. These objectives highlight the areas that will be central to parliamentary discussions and the continued work of government in the coming year. With these developments and priorities in mind, my government will continue its work across sectors and provinces as Parliament considers the budget and other national programs.
Prime Minister Manele thanked the Public Accounts Committee for completing its inquiry and report on the 2026 appropriation bill. He acknowledged the committee's chairman and members for their careful scrutiny and ensuring the budget is well understood, properly debated and guided by established parliamentary processes. Australia has announced an additional $13 million over 5 years to help end gender-based violence in Solomon Islands through the Pacific Strong program. The funding will support frontline organisations, including the Family Support Centre and the Christian Care Centre. The announcement was made in Honiara by Australia's Assistant Minister for Pacific Island Affairs, Nita Green, during her visit from the 26th to the 28th of November. PAVE expands support to crisis centres across 9 Pacific countries as part of the 16 Days of Activism campaign.
Ending gender-based violence is the first priority of Australia's International Gender Equality Strategy, which was announced earlier this year by Australian Foreign Minister Penny Wong. We are delivering on this strategy. We're deepening partnerships in the Indo-Pacific. We're supporting women's health, rights, safety, economic partnership and leadership. We're helping women impacted by humanitarian crisis, climate change and sexual and gender-based violence, ensuring that these initiatives reflect the perspective and priorities of women and girls from across our region. Today, it is my great honour to announce a new initiative in the Solomon Islands. This initiative will be called Pacific Strong, Amplifying Action to End Violence Against Women and Girls, or as we will refer to it over the life of the program, PAVE. This is a new 5-year initiative across 9 Pacific countries, which was jointly announced along with my fellow ministers on the 25th of November. PAVE will improve access and quality to comprehensive responses services, providing long-term support for the safety and well-being of survivors. For the Solomon Islands, this means an additional $13 million in Solomon Islands dollars towards this important program.
Australia says the funding will strengthen services, extend outreach and build on long-standing partnerships with local organisations working to protect women and children.
The PAVE program gives us an opportunity to strengthen this work even further. It will help us improve our services expand prevention activities, and build community awareness on respect, safety, and positive behavior. Most importantly, it will support our long-term efforts to create homes and communities where women and girls are valued, protected, and able to live without fear.
And Family Support Center today stand tall to say that we were so grateful for the support that Australian government will continue to support us to reach the 9 provinces with the counselling service and the legal services, both including Honiara.
Prime Minister Jeremiah Manele has announced that he will be meeting the Auditor General regarding the 2023 Pacific Games audit report. Questions have been raised as the report is still pending over 2 years. Prime Minister Manele made this announcement in his statement during his press conference held today, Friday.
I am pleased to report that I will be meeting with the Auditor General in the next couple of weeks, during which time he will update me on the progress of the 2023 Pacific Games audit to date. I will be able to provide further updates after my meeting.
The 2023 Pacific Games audit report is not yet public. It is expected to be completed in the first quarter of 2026. The primary reason for the delay is the slow response from the National Hosting Authority in providing auditors with documentation, particularly for major procurements. Australia has launched Pacific Australia Skills in Solomon Islands, strengthening support for training and job pathways. The program was introduced in Honiara by Australia's Assistant Minister Nita Green and Solomon Islands Education Minister Tozen Leokana. The initiative builds on earlier APTC work, which has trained thousands of Solomon Islanders and will partner with national institutions and employers to match training with labour market needs.
Today is more than just a launching of a program. It is an opening of a new doors, opportunities that will shape the future of Solomon Island and, of course, our Pacific family. Australia's decision to invest in this demand-driven, skill-focused program reflects a clear understanding of the realities that we faced. It recognizes the skills gaps that is widely across our economy, and we are now responding with a bold, practical solution, empowering our people with relevant, work-ready skills.
Green said the program focuses on investing in skills and supporting the country's future workforce.
Pacific Australia Skills will build on the successes of APTC. It will work closely with the Solomon Islands institutions, including the Ministry of Education and Human Resource Development, the Solomon Islands Tertiary Education and Skills Authority, training providers, employers, and of course, with communities. We will ensure that training leads to skills, real jobs, and clear pathways for young people and workers. Pacific Australia Skills will focus on areas of demand, such as construction, hospitality, agriculture, and emerging green industries as well. It will also promote climate resilience, inclusion for women and girls, people with disabilities, and those in rural communities, supporting pathways that enable people of all backgrounds to contribute to their families and to communities and to this nation's future. Pacific Island Skills will also complement the PALM scheme by supporting workers with industry-specific training to help them be job-ready before deployment, and to help create opportunities for those returning home to apply their skills in the Solomon Islands.
Australia and New Zealand have reaffirmed their commitment to strengthening trade across the Pacific, announcing a $170 million boost during the 2025 PACER Plus meeting held in Honiara on Thursday. Australia was represented by Assistant Minister for Pacific Island Affairs, Nita Green, while New Zealand's Minister for Commerce and Consumer Affairs, Scott Simpson led the New Zealand delegation. The new funding will support the agreement's Development and Economic Cooperation Work Programme and further strengthen the PACER Plus implementation unit, which delivers trade and investment support to Pacific member countries. Speaking to the media today, Assistant Minister for Pacific Island Affairs, Nita Green, says the new 5-year work programme will focus on supporting Pacific businesses by helping them address key challenges and access export markets around the world.
When it comes to businesses themselves, part of the work I did yesterday with the PACER Plus members was to talk about what the next 5-year work program will look like. And we will be, through that program, delivering a work program that concentrates on helping private sector businesses approach these challenges. We will have a focus on public sector capacity building in regulation, biosecurity, giving support to private businesses on how they can approach these issues. And we'll also be supporting businesses themselves on how they can approach export markets and what the things that they need to do to reach different markets around the world. Of course, I can't comment on individual businesses, but I think it really does, the work that we've been doing over the past couple of days shows that we recognise these challenges of businesses. We want to support the private sector here in Solomon Islands. We know it's crucial for economic development for there to be a good private sector. We know that people in rural and regional areas are very entrepreneurial and have good ideas and good products. So we want to help them market it to the rest of the world, and that was part of the announcement that I made yesterday.
Under the work program, Pacific PACER Plus members can access support to strengthen their trade and investment environments, including areas such as customs, e-commerce and labour mobility. Recent community brawls and street fights amongst young people in communities have increased, which have been circulating on social media during the past weeks. This has become a concern in communities. During the Prime Minister's press conference held today, Friday, the Minister for Police and National Security makes reference to the Community Policing Unit.
We do take note of that and we will take them seriously. And I have already instructed our officials from Ministry for working with him now, RSIPF, to ensure that we strengthen community policing program and ensure that we address him what issues here. And me like for also make him call what community leaders believe for taking responsibility to ensure that such behavior may not happen what communities believe. Young people are very active. Sometimes just think that they enjoy using the media platform for or probably socially, but it is not socially and can cause him harm and danger. And as far as me as a minister is concerned, I don't want to see that such activity can continue on, and we appeal that we must put a stop to it. And RSIPF by me take necessary measures to ensure that he may not get widespread of such behavior.
Many communities have set up crime prevention committees and bylaws to deal with unlawful activities like antisocial behaviour in relation to alcohol consumption, drug abuse and family violence within the community. Goldridge Mining Limited and stakeholders urge landowners to support ongoing removal of illegal miners as part of ongoing efforts to restore order. The Goldridge Mining Limited, together with landowner chiefs, presented 17 customary chupus last Thursday to illegal miners, formally requesting them to vacate the pit peacefully. Now, this traditional gesture demonstrates the commitment of landowners and the Goldridge Mining Limited to resolve the situation in a respectful and lawful manner. The Goldridge Mining Limited, together with the Goldridge Community and Landowners Council, tribal chiefs, community leaders, the government-appointed Goldridge Task Force, And the Royal Solomon Islands Police Force is working to ensure a peaceful, coordinated and lawful removal process. Goldridge Mining Limited reminds all parties that the Goldridge Mining Limited is the only entity legally authorized to operate and conduct mining activities within the Goldridge Mining Lease 1997 area under the Mines and Minerals Act and the terms of its mining lease. The online 2025 Open Challenge on Waste Management Practices was held recently, where content creators participated in sending in their video content of clean waste management practices with the aim to promote a clean environment in Honiara City. Videos were sent to the Waste Management Control Division, and today the winners have been announced during a ceremony held this morning, Friday. The online 2025 Open Challenge on Waste Management Practices winners are first prize, Kathleen Shanola Takana from Vura Community. The second prize winner, Loretta Lee Rigomea from the Alligator Community. And the third prize winner goes to Michael Sam and Junior Tiggy from the number 3 community.
Like I said, on behalf of the City Council, the City Mayor, the City Clerk, the admin team of the City Council, we are very grateful that this program has come to an end. It's a role model for the start. The emphasis is to draw attention on schools, young people, the public, in terms of like being advocacy in terms of waste management issue in the city, in Honiara, throughout the country.
Deputy Director Mai Ohu presented the awards and praised all participants for their creative and impactful submissions that promote proper waste management across Honiara City.
I would like to say thank you to everyone who supported my video. Together we can keep Honiara clean, green and healthy. And not forgetting the crew behind the scene, Chill Spot family. Thank you for your support and much love.
We thank you my family and friends for help Blivala, reaction Bliva, comment Bliva, and that me active this prize today. Let me keep on help lo area Blivala alligator for ota let mata neighbors from Vasa work together for cleaning areas. Lo homes Blivala.
Melio se mi fa boys la kan spread the message no en lo video intro video ba. And go end up mi fa able for winning na this wa. Third place, low campaign strategy, low waste management control division. Me have to do small awareness of community too. Do na kan osim torang rubbish lo right place, osim lo video putum ota certain rubbish lo certain place lo ta. Also, ba osim mi talo for mi fa community everyone must do same practice o same lo video. Milak talk thank you normal, especially boys, small boys no ba for even though like dia macam waka but mi fosi mo ta pom mas di video and mi fa sala pano dem editing and everything mi no at boys no help me for mi like give things no small boys lo mi help me with this video.
Mai Ohu highlighted that the annual challenge celebrates community-led solutions and thanked participants and sponsors and urged everyone to take responsibility to keep Honiara city environment clean. And moving on now to regional news, Papua New Guinea's 2026 budget is under fire, with East Sepik Governor Alan Bird accusing the government of overspending, inflating revenue forecasts and failing to improve basic services. The 30.9 billion plan is seen as politically driven ahead of next year's election. Bird points to medicine shortages, law and order issues, and last year's 2.5 billion revenue shortfall as signs of the new budget may also fall short. Public reaction has been sceptical, with many questioning why record spending still isn't delivering better healthcare, education, or security. Vanuatu is projected to receive 125 cruise ship visits in the first 4 months of 2026. The Vanuatu Daily Post reports ships will call at Port Vila, Mystery Island, Luganville and Outer Islands. Tourism Director Paul Pio says schedules may shift, but growth is clear. Authorities are working with provinces and communities to ensure the increase delivers real economic benefits. And that's regional news. Do stay with us. Coming up next is sports. Welcome back. Now in sports, the week-long outreach program under the Australian Defence Force Sports International Program concluded today with a friendly futsal match between the Australian Defence Force women's team and the Royal Solomon Islands Police Force. The match held at the Friendship Hall highlighted the ongoing sporting cooperation under the Solomon Islands Australia Partnership. Emma Komasi with more.
In today's friendly exhibition match, the Australian Defence Force women's futsal team opened the scoreboard with an early goal. Extending the leads to 2-0 by halftime with a strong performance. In the second half, the Royal Solomon Islands Police Force found an opportunity to secure their first goal, narrowing the margin to 2-1. However, the ADF side proved too strong, adding another goal to finish the match with a 3-1 victory.
What we believe is a healthy lifestyle through sport, but also building the respects that we share as part of that sportsmanship. Culminating here today, the program ends with a great exhibition match between the RSIPF women's futsal team and the Australian ADF futsal team. It's not only a great competition, but it's promoting the women in sport message and also extending our ongoing capacity building that we have with the Solomon Islands, and we really want to continue that relationship into the future.
The friendly class today highlights the growing spirit of friendship and not promoting sport only, but building healthy lifestyle through the local communities in and around Solomon Islands. Emma Komasi, Tavuli News.
And that concludes our Tavuli News Bulletin for the week. And just before I sign off, just a quick look at the weather predictions for the weekend. Saturday, a few passing clouds, otherwise generally sunny. Generally sunny as well on Sunday, despite a few afternoon clouds, but mostly clear skies. That's how the weather is looking this weekend, and it's been a pleasure bringing you news and current affairs this week, and we will be back on Monday. I'm Lisa Ossifello. Have a safe weekend. It's bye for now.